Good morning, good afternoon and good evening. Here we are, we're off on another wander over the Pewsey Downs. Vales, sorry. I've always rode past them, always looked up to them, always wanted to walk across the whole lot of them. I don't think I'll have enough time today, but I mean, look at the weather. It was perfect timing to go out and do it for today. Buttons I keep getting pressed and I don't know what it is. Could be my drone in the bag, but yeah, so hopefully I get to show you, well, I say hopefully, I'm definitely going to be able to show you the whole view. It's going to be a really nice view, I believe. Obviously you can't really tell on the camera, but that way goes all the way up and over there. But we're going to go, I do want to start up there, go up and over and then cross it all on that way. So we'll see what we'll do. Probably not going to waffle that much today. Today's a day of me being in my head, I think. So I'll probably just have some music or something. Well, more than likely music, obviously, going on top of this. I don't know if tell you what. I've opened up my collar just so because I keep on feeling the microphone hitting my chin. Right, now I'm gonna go, yes, I don't know if you could tell, I have had a shave. As every man will know who has a shave like this, it's an instant regret. It was definitely one of those, but I'm gonna go up on that top bit. I've got a couple of sheep. I thought it was a thing, but I used to think there was a plural for them, and you got sheep or shep for one, but turns out I'm just stupid and that's not the case at all. So we're going to be going that way when I looked at it all, but I did want to get to the top of there first. Camera doesn't really do it any justice, but you can see all the way under there. Small hills. I tell you what, I wouldn't mind. Oh, that's pretty cool. I wonder. I'll be back in a sec, guys. Right, we're back again. Sorry about that. I thought I had a little boy up on the hill up there, and it looked like it was going to be a good picture on my phone. I'm not sure if it is or not, but I will definitely have to turn you around because this view is incredible. But just don't think the camera's going to give so much justice. Sadly, but said I'll walk up to the top of this hill, and then yeah, that's pretty much where we're going to be going, is walking across there and going all the way across there. See how far I can get. It's probably not going to be too far because face it, I'm not very that fit, but yeah, I've got some cracking views. Let's have a look. See if we go out there. I'm parked all the way down there where those cars are. Ground's still a bit frosty out of the sun. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of red kites flying around, gliding. I don't know what the technical term would be. I suppose gliding, but it's definitely slightly windy up here, but on the point. Just, it's slightly windy. But yeah, some cracking views really, isn't it? Like I said, I'll probably I'm not going to do too much talking or waffling today. And by the looks of things, my microphone's just about to fling off. So I'll sort that out. I'll tell you what, I'm going to get myself a drone shot up here. I don't think where we are. You can't see Silbury Hill, that will be over in that direction somewhere. I keep talking about Silbury Hill, I will go there. There's a nice long barrow, an old burial ground around there. Funny enough, it's where I smashed my heel bone into 5 pieces. And to get screws in there, but that's a different story for another time. But yeah, just heard a train, which you don't usually hear trains. I'm in a little tiny town where we don't have a train. What a view though, what a view. What is a massive shame, guys, is you can't see it, but Salisbury Plain, it's a local training, military training grounds. But just above my finger there is, by the looks of it, 2, I want to say Apaches, both hovering just, honestly, just above the ridgeline, all the way at the very end over there. I can hear the cannons going off. But I can't zoom in, I don't think. Well, hang on 2 secs. I'll take my glove off for this to see if I... No, there's no way you can see it. But it is pretty much just there above that ridgeline. But yeah, I just started hearing the cannons go off whilst I was walking trails, putting the drone away actually at the time. I just started hearing them going. I don't want to name which ones it is because I don't want to sound silly, because I'll probably be completely wrong. But you can usually hear the tanks off far in the distance, and then you can hear the cannon, the machine gun. I want to say five shots. almost like that. But that's always over there, Salisbury Plain. I have gone over there on the bike. I did actually take the drone out. Then got pulled over by the MPs, military police, to say if I could put my drone away. Obviously you could see what I was doing, but it's a no fly zone for obvious reasons, especially with drones in military training grounds. But it's incredible. It sucks that this camera's not going to be able to show quite what my eyes can see. They're still there. I know, once he's just flying. What are we? That's got to be north that way. So he's southeast. Just down there. Can't see I can now see the other one. But it doesn't matter because you guys can't see, so it doesn't really matter. But all that ridge line is all. Plenty of kites here. Red kites. I remember I was labouring, must have been 18, so a couple of years ago now, but it was back in 2008. I was labouring over an ink pen on the site, and one of the grounds workers, he was an older chap who hunts, fishes, shoots and all sorts. And he pointed one out. He goes, "Oh look, there's a red kite up there, floating it, like doing its little hovering thing." Excuse me. I must apologise. I always cough, but I've quit smoking, and obviously I'm just trying to clear all my lungs up, which doesn't help that I'm hiking up such a thing, which is helpful, but just not helpful for you guys having to hear the horrible thing sound. So anyway, back to the red kite. And yeah, he was so this was back in 2008, and he says, and he's pointing out to it and he's explaining about it, the red kite, why they called it. So tails is fanned out like a kite, coincidentally enough. You won't guess what colour they are. Yep, they're red, yeah. And he was saying how close to extinction they were. That he wasn't allowed to hunt them, he wasn't allowed to do anything with them, because, for the reasons of how sorry, 2-6. I can hear something in that direction. Must be some farm machinery. But so yeah, and he was saying how close to extinction they were, and he's not allowed to touch them or anything. They're not allowed to be hunted or anything like this. And I mean, what are we, 2026 now? So the fuck is that? Doesn't help I've got hard metal in my ear. You're not going to be able to see them, but there are. Just in that field there's a little family of deer, 3 or 4 of them. So yeah, back to the kite. And he was saying that how close to extinction that they are. You can't touch them, or anyone can touch them. And we're now 2008 to 26. And in that time, they've managed to overcome the population of what they were from then to now, and they are just absolutely everywhere. It's unbelievable. I mean, right now I'm seeing 1, 2. Okay, I can only see 2 at this current moment in time, but there is. I mean, it used to be buzzards and kestrels is what I'd look up when I was younger. Always look up in the sky and you see either buzzards or kestrels. But no, it's not, it's red kites. And I tell you what, I haven't actually seen a buzzard or a kestrel in a long time. So that's quite interesting. Maybe not for you, but for me it is. And it's just red kites upon red kites now, which is pretty good. Not going to be able to see it, but here's one just circling up there, getting the thermal. So where I am, there's usually actual paragliders and all sorts running and jumping off here, and then obviously flying over there because it's a perfect place for it with the heights of the hills. Yeah, I definitely hit, that was the machine gun there. But I'll get the drone out in a minute. There's a few blackbirds up here. It looks like the rain's coming in that way, over on the horizon over there. Which does suck, because I've got a bit of a journey to walk back and I'm not really in, well, I've got my snowboarding jacket on, which is really windproof and snowproof, and possibly waterproof to a certain extent, but then I'm wearing these horrendous trousers which aren't all that great. Really thin, flimsy, and not worth anything. What I might do I'm not sure you're going to be able to see this, but it's the air ambulance helicopter. And I'm currently higher than what the helicopter is, which is weird. No, I don't think you would have been able to see it, but oh no, oh crap, there's two. How am I completely oblivious to that? So that must not have been the, it looked like the Wiltshire Air Ambulance. So it must be those, what I've seen earlier, which weren't Apaches then. They are banking. They must be in the training. It sounds so bizarre, I've not heard that sound in a... I have not heard that sound before. See those deer? No, you can't see those deer. But yeah, that was a... They've got such a weird... I don't... They've got a very weird noise to them. They're similar... A similar shape to the Wiltshire Air Ambulance, which is why it tricked me, because I thought that's what it was, and from the position where I'm at now to the distance of where it was, it looked like it was the green and yellow Wiltshire Air Ambulance, and clearly it wasn't, and I was oblivious that there was the second sorry, that's disgusting, the second helicopter. So it must have been those that I'd seen over on the horizon over there, training for over at Salisbury Plains. And I was obviously wrong thinking that they were Apaches. The only reason I thought they were Apaches, it's either Apaches or the Chinooks that fly around. Oh, I just wished you could hear that. That rain is coming in. But I might just get a couple more shots with the drone. I'm gutted about my other drone because that would have been perfect here. It's been some really nice shots with that. I currently haven't got 400 quid to fix that thing. Sadly, otherwise I would. But I've got a feeling those helicopters are going to come back round. Oh, yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. No, you're not going to be able to see it. I keep seeing red kite hovering over there, and I'm thinking it's one of the helicopters in the distance because I can still hear them. Yeah, I can still hear them. Oh, what a view. I know it sounds travelling weirdly, but it sounds like it would make sense that they're all over there because that. Wow. Oh, Pewsey. This is over that direction. More cannons. The second ridgeline over there is where I know Salisbury Plain. But there was on that ridgeland. Just trying to picture where everything is. So I haven't actually been up here before, so I'm just trying to get my bearings. Yeah. So all cannons is definitely over there. No, it doesn't matter. I'm probably boring you, as I have already just found out that I've just bored myself with what I'm. This rain is coming in quick, so I am actually gonna get the drone out, get it to walk me home, follow me back, and try and beat all of that weather over there because it looks like it's going to be a shit one, and I still need to get changed onto the motorbike. So I shall, yeah. Catch you later.